All right. Good afternoon, Sarah. How are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I am fantastic. So I've got your resume here in front of me. So you have been working in hospitality since 2019 for the same company, working as an assistant manager, looking to get into something a little bit more, on the professional side, more of an office setting, but taking your skills from that assistant management role in hospitality to bring them over. So tell us a little bit about a typical day in your last role and what some of the duties that you were responsible for.
A typical day in my last role meant assigning people to positions, scheduling. I did deposits, bank deposits. I had to maintain all of the equipment, personnel, all of that. And then I also had to use software programs such as Microsoft Office to do all of the paperwork side of everything as far as scheduling and maintenance and stuff like that. That's typically what I did.
Now, did you have any part in like ordering of like inventory and supplies for
Yes.
their location?
Yes, I did. I did all of the truck orders and I did all of the scheduling.
Beautiful. Now, when we are dealing with the inventory, is it like I got it? Because now, mind you, I'm not quite sure how the corporate headquarters works at this last company. Do you just let them know what you need? Are you having to go in and actually take like physical counts and let them know what's on hand? And what does that look like?
Twice a week, you take individual counts of every product in the store, and
Okay.
then you order a truck twice a week depending on like how busy your week is, or so you have to do it with the numbers that correlate with the store as far as like what you're selling and what's not selling, and you're
Okay.
responsible for determining how much you're going to need for that week.
Fantastic. Now, in your last position, I imagine that there was some level of like waste that would happen. So I was dealing with hospitality, food, things that
Right.
go bad. Did you have to manage those reports as well, too, of like things that you had to throw
Yes,
away?
food costs, labor costs, all of that was part of my job responsibility there as well.
Fantastic. I love it. When people first look at, sometimes they see like Subway, right? The first thing
Right.
they're like, okay, she's making sandwiches. But in the
Right.
management role, there's a lot more to running those day-to-day operations than what pops out on the resume, I feel like.
Right. There's a lot. I mean, typically I wouldn't make a sandwich like all day. So, I mean, I was definitely behind the scenes making sure that the store is running properly. So, I wasn't necessarily doing the everyday, what we call sandwich artist job. I was making sure that they had everything they need in order to do that job.
Beautiful.
And
How many folks on average, and I know with like any type of restaurant, things have like an ebb and flow. On average, how many folks would you say were reporting to you at any given moment?
any given moment, probably 10 to 15 employees
Okay.
were reporting to me.
Fantastic. What would you say is one of your biggest struggles in a management seat working in the hospitality industry?
One of the biggest struggles I have is that people look at me more as a friend, like they want to be friends with me, and it's hard for me to kind of set myself aside from that role as their friend and be the manager,
Yeah.
during times like that's my biggest struggle, is being able to like step out of that role as
Yeah.
like we're co-workers, we're friends, we're employees together, but I still have to make sure you're doing the jobs that you need to get done.
Got to be able to change those hats, right?
Right.
Okay. At this point in your career, what is the most important thing to you about the next company that you work for?
The most important thing for me about the next company that I work for would be growth. I want to be able to grow in a company. I want to be able to start entry level, but that I really, really, really am seeking that potential for growth.
Fantastic. All right, Sarah, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the recording and chat with you a little bit more about a couple openings if that sounds good.
Okay.